Rytan Field in Osseo, Minnesota. Good evening, I'm Jay Wilcox, and yes, it's finally here, the start of high school football 1990. A game on the last day of August here as the teams battle in a non-conference matchup. Joining me for tonight's game will be former Spring Valley Wolf Kevin Wise to call tonight's action. And Kevin, it's a key matchup early in the season, two very highly rated teams, and there's no cupcakes in the non-conference schedule this year for Lake Red schools.
Lake Red schools have drawn a tough assignment this year, Jay. They're playing some of the top schools in the state. Blaine is here tonight, Osceo's over to Noka, so it's going to be a matchup of some preseason powerhouses.
Blaine, the state champion just 2 years ago, and they lost in the Section 4 final to Osseo last season. Park Center, meanwhile, a very strong club indeed, as they wound up last year at 6-2 and third in the Lake Red. Taking a look at a couple of the key players for tonight's game, Jerry Rytan, number 21, the only returning starter for the Blaine Bengals. He is a top back.
That's right, Jay. Rytan is a powerhouse back. He's quick, he's fast, he's elusive. Over 1,000 yards total offense last year. Lines up in a variety of spots on the offense, and they really utilize that to get him the ball.
One of the players charged with stopping him is Jim Hafer. He is a returning senior linebacker, one of the top defenders in the metro area and indeed the state.
That's right, Jay. Hafer's a big-time linebacker. He's 6'3", goes over 200 pounds. He plays the inside linebacker position, and he's going to be put the test on to stop Rytan.
Neither team has a lot of starters returning, but then again, you don't necessarily expect that. Two big programs here, Blaine and Park Center, both very large schools, so both teams normally senior dominated, and that will be again the case this year.
That's right. Both schools you could call football factories, Jay. They traditionally turn out real high-quality players, a lot of depth at both positions. Kids normally go one way, they don't play two ways. Real good on the special teams and the kicking and the punting areas.
We'll see how it goes. The opening game tonight on Northwest Community Television. Blaine and Park Center is up next.
It's time for You Lost Your Life with your hosts, Christ Dummies, Vince and Larry.
Hi!
Hello. And welcome to the show that proves if you don't buckle your safety belt, the loser is you.
That's right, Vince, and by not buckling up, you could end up in places you never dreamed.
Like traction!
Or the emergency room!
Plus, Larry, if you're not buckled up, you could maybe take a ride in a beauty like this. Stay tuned!
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Just about set for the kickoff of tonight's high school football action non-conference game. The Blaine Bengals of the Twin Cities Suburban and the Park Center Pirates of the Lake Red Conference. Once again, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Kevin Wise. It's a beautiful evening for tonight's football contest. Temperature much different than it will be late in the season, Kevin, around 80 to 85 right now.
That's right, Jay, and that's something the kids will have to be used to tonight. They've been practicing the last couple of weeks in the heat and humidity, but game conditions, it's going to sap the energy out of them tonight.
Head coaches for the two schools, Dave Nelson is the head man at Blaine. He is in his 6th season with the program, or actually in his 13th season overall, but he has been head coach now for 7 years. Mike Barnes in his 6th season as head coach for the Park Center Pirates. The teams have met just once before, and that was 2 years ago, the 1988 Section 4 final. Blaine 13, Park Center 3 was the result that evening, and Blaine did go on to win the state title, so we know that they've got a very strong program.
Blaine and Park Center, as we talked in the pregame, Jay, are football factories, and they really turn out quality kids in a quality program, and I think we'll see the results of that tonight. First game of the year is always a little nervous for the coaches. Haven't really had a chance to work on a lot of these things in game situations.
There's Steve Opstead. He will tee it up for Park Center. Blaine will be receiving, and they will have the football first here in the 1990 high school season. They've got Rytan in the middle back deep, and he is flanked over there on one side by 32 Dale Jansen. The kick's going to come to the near side here, and it's fielded out of bounds on the play by Steve Arsdorf, number 34. The penalty flag flies, and it appears as though there'll be a re-kick here for Park Center. It's a choice for Blaine. Now, that was close to being a catch inbounds and then stepping out, and I was thinking that that might have been the case for a moment, but they ruled that it was out already.
Obviously, Park Center, Jay, kicking away from Jerry Rytan, going to the side and kick a little awry and out of bounds. I think what we'll see tonight, Jay, is Park Center with the returning starters on the defensive end, defensively really testing Blaine's offense, led by, as we talked earlier, Jerry Rytan.
Yeah, the returning strength for Park Center really is with their defense. They've got a couple of excellent linebackers, not only Hafer that we talked about, but also Travis Zorn. They've got a big nose guard in the middle, and Randy Forpaul weighing in at 286 pounds, and he is a tough man to move. I saw some of their preseason workouts, and he looked very good in that situation. So we'll find out here how the Pirates are able to do. Opstead comes up and kicks it again. It's a squibber on the ground. Jansen's going to field it on the hop at about the 18-yard line, and he's out over the 30-yard line, out to about the 37, which is where Blaine will begin the first possession of the high school season for 1990. Offensively for the Blaine Bengals, they open up with a new quarterback in Aaron Smith, number 11, and they have three backs. The fullback, Nick Dubovich. Jerry Rytan is the one halfback, Dale Jansen the other. The split end is Kyle Marty, and A.J. Kacharis is the tight end. There's the line: Stanky, Procopio, Larson, Hofer, and Swanson. Here's a give to Rytan on the left side, and he picked up a couple yards. Ball is loose. Let's see. It looks like Park Center has it, and they do. Rytan bouncing off the left side and had a yard or two, but then the ball was stripped, and Park Center coming up with a quick turnover.
There's that defense we talked about, Jay. Rytan cutting up on the sweep play, and Park Center's defenders really on him, and I think he got two guys with the initial hit, and the ball popped loose.
Recovery made by Nate Kimmons, number 59, and right away we'll get a look at the Park Center offense, and there is their quarterback, Jeremy Daniels. Won the job, a battle, really a three-way battle for the quarterback spot, and somewhat of a surprise. Daniels coming up as the lead man, and he'll give off quickly here to Gunderson. Gunderson picking up some good yardage off the right-hand side. Here's the offense for the Pirates. They open up with Daniels at quarterback. His backs are Earl Moore and Travis Gunderson, who just carried the ball. Joe Barry is the wide receiver. Palmer and Heineke tight ends. Offensively up front, Praske, Stanislawski, Wilkins, Tennis, and Burns. A couple of returning players in that offensive line. Second down and about 3 yards to go now here for the Pirates on the Blaine 34-yard line. Daniels calling signals. Gives to the first man through, Gunderson. Not a heck of a lot of room up the middle. He'll be short of the first down.
Good play selection by Park Center early. They've gotten the turnover, and they're going to take it right at Blaine to see what they can do. I think you'll see obviously a little short on the first down here, going for it and trying to pick it up.
Defensively for Blaine, they open up with a five-man front: Downing, Nelson, Morano, Webster, and Tannum. And their linebackers Hillman and Lockett, Shapolsky, Stat, Jablonic, and Arsdorf, the defensive backs for Dave Nelson's Blaine Bengals. Third and short, about a yard to go. Here's the give to Earl Moore. He's got the first down and more right up the middle. Into the Blaine secondary. Moore brought down on the play by number 17 for Blaine. And that is Steve Shapolsky on the tackle. And Park Center on the march early on in the ball game here, down to about the 23-yard line after the opening play turnover for Blaine. First down, 10 yards to go, 9:50 to go in the first quarter. Glad you could be with us for high school football on Northwest Community Television. Daniels dropping back to throw, looking out for Joe Barry, and he is knocked down. We'll have a pass interference call coming up against Blaine. Dan Jablonic was beat on the play, and as he tried to recover, he tripped Barry up, and the penalty flag was immediately thrown right down near the goal line.
Good offensive call by Park Center here, Jay. We'll see on the replay little post pattern going to the corner, and there certainly was a push there as the ball was in flight in a catchable position.
Barry was breaking open there, and Jablonic, I don't think he was exactly sure where Barry was, and he turned around and he was right with him, catching up to him, and ended up tripping him up.
It was good play selection again, Jay. I think Park Center mixing up very well here on this first drive, running the ball, and then on a first down play here going for the pass.
So they half the distance to the goal penalty. Ball will be, let's see, just outside the 10, about the 11 or 12. We'll call it the 12-yard line here for Park Center. Now they've got Heineke in a slot on the left side, Barry out wide. Daniels will give to Gunderson, first man through. There was a hole at first, and he squirts through there for a couple down inside the 10.
That's a good offensive set that Park Center runs, Jay. They pop Gunderson through real quick, and then Moore is going outside on the pitch, and I'm sure Daniels at some point will use that second option and go pitch wide to Moore.
Yeah, it's Daniels' job to read it here, how the defense is reacting, and thus far he's mostly gone up to Gunderson up the middle, and with good result. Second down and about 5 yards to go here. Here's Moore coming through. Moore is stacked up.
Here we see Jay Park Center mixing up with Moore going up the middle, and there was some good results, as you say. Looks like they picked up the first down.
Yeah, it'll be first and goal now for Park Center, and the ball is on the 2-yard line. Park Center looking to score early here after the Blaine turnover. First quarter action on Northwest Community Television. Goal line defense in now for Blaine. Here's the give to Moore. He's hit, but he's in. Earl Moore in for the touchdown, and Park Center on the scoreboard.
Nice lead block there by Gunderson, Jay, and it was kind of a cross buck with Moore coming across to receive the ball from the quarterback, Daniels, and just a good forward surge by Park Center to drive the ball in the end zone.
6-0 Pirates here as they took advantage of the opportunity they were given and marched it down and in. Nice drive there for Park Center as they picked the football up on about the 33-yard line, I believe it was. Hopstead will come in to kick now for Park Center. Kicking from the hold of number 10, Rob Berthiaume, a backup quarterback. Kick is up, and it's good. Park Center leads it by a score of 7-0. A big confidence boost early on their home field, Kevin.
That's right, Jay. It really gives a lot of momentum for the Park Center team and the defense, knowing that that offense can push the ball down the field and took advantage of that good turnover. We'll see the replay here. Again, it was a good lead block by Gunderson, and the offensive surge by Park Center just pushed Blaine back into the end zone for the easy 6.
Another angler there. You saw it. Yep, good block. Gunderson got out there, and a nice block up front also by Ryan Tennis for Park Center, and it's 7-0 Pirates. Blaine last year gave up only an average of 9 points per ball game, so they're already just about to that point here with 8:37 to go in the first quarter of play.
It'll be interesting to see in the kickoff now, Jay, if they kick away from Jerry or Rytan, or if they go at him, or maybe another squib kick like they did the first time down in the middle of the field.
Yeah, it does appear that Upstead doesn't want to kick to Rytan.
Upstead kicking for Park Center. Rytan back to receive for the Bengals.
Upstead puts the foot to it. This time a good deep kick. Lulled him to sleep last time and into the end zone and out through. And it'll come out to the 20. So I think Rytan was cheating up a little bit, expecting, as we said, a shorter kick, and didn't get it, and over his head it went. So it'll be first down and 10 yards to go from the 20 for Blaine on their second drive.
Outstanding kick by Park Center's Upstead, Jay, and I think you're right. He fooled them, and they were looking for the squib or the sideline, and he kicked it right through the end zone.
Here's a look at the Pirate defense. We didn't get to them the first time. Walker, Gray, and Forpaul up front. Linebackers Dopp, Hafer, Zorn, and Kimmons. And in the defensive backfield, Tusignant, Jasicki, Sandbo, and Sturm. Here's a give to number 32. That is Jansen off the right side. Not much room over there. He'll pick up a yard or two on the play.
You see there, Jay, a nice tackle by Hafer and Zorn, Jay, and they kind of hide behind that big guy in the middle, as you mentioned. Randy Forpaul playing the nose guard at 286. Those interior linebackers can hide behind him, and they can slide with the ball.
Get a look at Aaron Smith, really seeing his first varsity action as a quarterback this year, from what I understand, for Blaine. 6 foot, 175-pound senior. Give up the middle on the play and some good yardage. It'll be close to a first down here. Rytan on the carry.
It was a nice quick hitter up the middle, Jay, and Rytan showed his speed, and he just made a couple nice cuts and picked up about 10 yards.
Man rushed for 8 yards per carry last season, and that says quite a bit. Led the conference in scoring, the Twin Cities Suburban. So first down and 10 for Blaine as they try to get a march going here from their own 26-yard line. And there's a quarterback sack. Nice play by Kimmons. May have been a broken play, and Smith dropped behind the line.
I think there was a mix-up in the backfield there. Jay will look at it on the replay. I think the quarterback and the halfback hit each other before the handoff, and Park Center's defense again taking advantage of it.
Kimmons was there, and if he hadn't got him, I think Steve Walker also would have had a shot at him. So big loss on the play. Second down and 15 yards to go. Ball on the 25-yard line for Blaine. Give to Rytan up the middle quickly, breaks free and hauled down there by Jasicki, number 6. But he nearly got a first down. He'll be about 2 yards short, and there you see the quick hitting ability of Rytan.
Nice cutback by Rytan there, Jay, starting on the right side, cutting back through the middle on a crossbuck, and good play to call by Blaine, and good results.
Football resting on the 40-yard line.
40-yard line.
A third down and
inches.
About a yard to go, actually. And there you see a yard mark on the far side. So 3rd and 1 here for Blaine. Give to the first man through. And looks like they will have the first down.
First down for the Bengals.
I think the carry that time went to Dubovich.
Ball carried by Dubovich.
So Blaine doing what they need to do on 3rd and short. Go to the fullback up the middle for the yard. He got a couple more. 1st and 10 now from about their own 43-yard line. Rytan in motion, and they're trying to look for him out in the flat. Hauls it in and crosses midfield. Rytan, nice move there. And they're into Park Center territory. Good throw by Smith. That's not an easy ball.
Excellent pass by Aaron Smith there, Jay. We'll see it on the replay here. Over the outstretched hands of the Park Center defender. A nice catch by Rytan to work the sidelines for some extra yards.
Initially, it looked like the Park Center linebacker, I'm not sure, I believe it was Chris Dopp, 93, looked like he might have had a cover, but he really didn't get deep enough on the play. And Rytan had enough room to work with on the sideline there. So first down, 10 yards to go for the Bengals. 5:59 to go in the first quarter from Carlton Field. Here's a give to Dubovich, and he's stacked up. Ball is loose, and Blaine again has, or Park Center again has the fumble recovery.
Fumble recovered by number
Todd Gray on the recovery. Initial hit looked like was Hafer up there again. Knocked the football loose from Dubovich, and Park Center again creating the turnover.
There's an opportunistic defense, Jay. Second turnover caused good play calling by Blaine, but unfortunately the results are not we're going for Blaine. We'll see it on replay here.
There you saw, actually, as much as anything, Hafer knocked his blocker back into Dubovich. Gray was the man on the spot for Park Center. Pirate football, first down and 10. Now we have an official's timeout. Looks like they're changing the football or something here. Football on the 38-yard line, 1st and 10.
Outstanding defense there, Jay, as you pointed out, knocking the blocker into the ball carrier.
Split backs behind Daniels, rolling left, looking for Barry over the middle, and he's got it right at midfield. Joe Barry finding the seam.
Nice pass by Daniels there, Jay. Kind of rolled out of the pocket, set up a half rollout, and he found the seam of the defense. See it on the replay there. Nice stop and fire there by Daniels. Excellent pass. Excellent reception.
Barry had people all around him, but he got right to the right spot, and Daniels zinged it out there good. So first down and 10 from the midfield stripe here for Park Center. Give is to Gunderson, first man through, lunging forward. He'll pick up 4 and maybe 5.
As you pointed out earlier, Jay, that's good recognition on the defense by Daniels, giving it on the quick hit through Travis Gunderson.
Joel Tandem, first man there, hanging on the legs there for Blaine. So it'll be second down, 6 yards to go for Park Center from the Blaine 46. Pirates 7, Bengals nothing. First quarter action on Northwest Community Television. Daniels calling signals. It's option play to the right. He'll pitch it back to Moore. Moore's got some room out there. Gunderson throwing him a block. And he'll be near first down yardage at the 40.
Good option running there by Daniels, Jay, as he feels the defense coming to him. We'll see it on the replay here. He pitches the ball just at the perfect moment to Moore, who makes a nice cut up field and goes for those extra yards.
See drag out near the Park Center bench. It will be third down, so they were just about a half yard short, or maybe the length of the football short here for Park Center. They went with Gunderson up the middle in a similar play before. We'll see what happens here. The give is to Moore. He's hit, but he spins forward. It's going to be close. Play was whistled dead. Football knocked loose after the tackle. Moore was hit around the legs right in the backfield, and they're going to bring in the chains here, I think. He has surged forward, but he may still have not had enough.
Pointed out, Jay, he did cross the 40, but that's as far as he got. We had good defense on Blaine's part. The tacklers grabbed the ball carrier and just drove him back, and would not let his forward motion carry.
Stretch it out tight, and by the nose of the football, they have it.
You see it on the replay here, a little off tackle by Moore, and excellent defense by Blaine.
Looked like Locken and the first man there, number 50 for Blaine, and he did have to lunge just a bit, and that enabled Moore to power through and get the half yard needed. So first down and 10 for Park Center from the Blaine 40. 4:08 to go and counting, first quarter from Carlton Field. Daniels dropping back to throw, under some pressure, steps up, going deep. Moore is out there. Oh, in and out of his hands.
A flag on the play here, Jay, but you got to give the quarterback Daniels and the receiver Moore excellent pattern. The ball just wasn't going to stay in. Good drop back and step up here by Daniels, recognizing the pressure. The ball is right there. It's just one of those that you work on all week in practice, and you dream about getting as an offensive player, being a running back myself, but the fingers just weren't there to pull it in.
Well, it may be a slight consolation to Moore that it would not have counted anyway. They're marching off a 10-yard holding penalty against Park Center. A lot of times when you get the quarterback scrambling in a play like that, you are going to see some holding. And that was the case there. Moore probably would have been dreaming about that one for a couple nights if it weren't for the holding call. So it would not have counted anyway. First down, 20 yards to go now for Park Center. Back in their own territory. Here's a heavy rush, a screen play to Moore up the middle. Moore gets a block, bounces off a tackle. And he's back into Blaine territory down to the 43-yard line, still well short of the first down. It'll bring up second and about 13.
Excellent call by Park Center, though, Jay, knowing it was first and long, watching for the quick rush and calling up the middle screen. And they picked up about 7-8 yards, and that's what you want to get on that first down play.
Second and 13, Pirates. Heineke in a slot to the right. Now it's the option to the right. Daniels pitching to Moore. Not a lot of room. He gets one block. Now he's into the Blaine secondary. The one block was enough there to actually spring him for about 5.
An excellent block there by Gunderson, Jay. We'll see it on the replay here. And again, the good option running by Jeremy Daniels, pitching the ball at the right time. Moore following his lead back, and a nice cut up. He got 5 yards.
Third down, 7.
Third and about 7 yards to go now for Park Center. Back into Blaine territory here as they try to increase their 7-0 lead. 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Daniels dropping to throw again. Looking for Barry, and in and out of his fingertips.
Pass intended for Barry, incomplete.
Daniels felt the pressure, Jay, and I think he released it just a hair earlier than he wanted. Nice curl pattern there by Joe Barry, but again, the ball just wasn't going to stay in those fingers.
I think you're exactly right about releasing early, because Barry turned around and the ball was just a foot or two away from him, and that can be a tough catch, and wasn't able to hang on there. So it'll be 4th down, and Opstead comes in for Park Center. First punt of the game coming up here for the Pirates. Opstead standing on about his own 48-yard line. Low snap. Here's the rush, and they're going to block it. Punt is blocked. Ball is loose, and Blaine will have it at the 38-yard line of Park Center. A poor pass from center. Opstead did all he could, but wasn't able to handle it. And Ben Mackey making the block there in recovery for Blaine. Or no, it looks like 83. That is Nate Downing.
Big special teams play by Blaine there, Jay. We'll see the snap was very low. Had a tough time handling it, Opstead, and we see the block by Nate Downing.
You knew the rush had to be coming by that time, because Opstead took a while to get to it. Now here's a quick give to Rytan up the middle. Rytan is gone. Blaine on the scoreboard.
Quick hitter found the middle wide open, Jay, by Blaine, and excellent blocking. They just blew the hole wide open, and Rytan only needs a crack, and he was gone. And as you pointed out, once he got in the open field, he was gone. No one was going to catch him, and just shows you how the fortunes of the game turn. Could have been 14-zip. Now it's a 7-7 game.
There you see a gaping hole, and there was no way anybody was going to catch Rytan. 38-yard burst straight up the middle, and Blaine is within one. How quickly things can turn around.
Again, excellent play calling by Blaine, Jay, getting the ball into the hands of the guy who can do the most damage, and that's Jerry Rytan for Blaine.
Jason Lockinen will attempt the extra point here out of Shapolsky's hold. Low snap, but he gets it down. Kick is up there, and the kick is good. Lockinen adds the point after touchdown, and Blaine has tied it up. 7-7. Rytan's 38-yard run on the first play of the drive for Blaine. Very similar way, really, that both teams score. Well, actually, Blaine's coming on a one quick play, but coming after a turnover of both teams taking advantage, and that's the name of the game.
Turnovers have been the key, Jay, and capitalizing on those turnovers. Park Center not capitalizing on that second turnover and turning the ball back over to Blaine, and Blaine on the quick hitter, and just a really explosive run by Jerry Rytan there as he found that opening, and he was gone, just a burst of speed.
Rytan, one of the top backs in the state, even though he's not an especially big guy. He goes 5'8" and 160 pounds. Lockinen will kick off here for Blaine. Deep man for Park Center, Mike Cole, number 39, along with Moore. Two deep backs. Kick coming to Moore on about the 10-yard line. Moore will come straight up the middle. Big hit there, a flag down. Moore bouncing off. He's still going. Nice return, but we'll see if it counts. The flag is down on the play.
Excellent up the middle run there by Earl Moore, Jay, and just really showing determination, breaking 3 or 4 tackles.
Yeah, I was about to say he was down after that first big hit, but obviously not. Here's a look at it again, and try and look for a far side penalty here. I think we got an illegal block from behind, and there was one. We actually did have 2 flags on the play.
Outstanding run by Moore, Jay, but as you said, we think we had a clip there, and again, on the kickoff early in the year, you haven't worked on it. You worked on it in practice, but not game situation. You're going to get those calls.
Look at some of the Park Center brain trust there. Arn Zomphy, Wendell Ring, trying to figure out, I guess, what happened on Rytan's run. Actually, it's against Blaine. Wow, I thought I had seen a block from behind. Maybe we caught one that wasn't detected by the official there.
Well, the ball was advanced from the tackle position, so it had to be some sort of a roughing or unsportsmanlike conduct against Blaine. As the ball now is across midfield. Unfortunate penalty there for Blaine.
This will move it all the way up to the 46-yard line of Blaine, and I apologize. I thought it was a penalty on Park Center. Daniels, option play to the left. He'll go out to Moore with it. Good pursuit there by Lockinen, but Moore turns the corner. Nice job. And Moore battling his way up. Let's see how far they give him. He was pushed out of bounds.
36-yard line.
Just a textbook play on a sweep there, Jay. We'll see on the replay. Defense is supposed to string it out, and they've done that, but Moore just accelerates around the corner, and he has this really nice gain of about 8 or 9 yards.
I think 34 Steve Arsdorf thought he was in position to make a play there for Blaine coming up from a safety spot, but Moore just beat him to the corner, and that's what it's all about, speed and quickness here. First down and 10, Park Center. On the hash mark to the left, now Daniels rolling out to his right. Barry and Heineke out in the pattern, but Daniels will tuck it and run. We have a flag on the play.
A rollout runner pass situation looked like there, Jay, and Daniels took a real couple good shots there. As we see on the replay here, he avoids a couple tacklers, but he really gets the sandwich right here.
Anytime the defense can have a free shot at the quarterback, you know they're going to take it, and Blaine did right there. Now they're still discussing the penalty here. Will be against the Pirates. Holding is the call.
Again, Jay, when you got the quarterback moving around in the pocket like that, your linemen really want to protect him, and once in a while they'll grab a little too much on the defensive player.
Another problem on a rollout like that is the offensive linemen don't necessarily know where the quarterback is behind them. They can get turned to a different angle by the fact that he's rolling out, and that can be a problem as well. There's a look at the Park Center bench here. They are tied up with Blaine 7-7. 1:25 to go and counting first period. Jay Wilcox and Kevin Wise with you from Osceo's Carlton Field. Here's the give to Moore. Moore bouncing off a tackle, still on his feet. And Moore dragged down inside the 40, really keeping the feet pumping there.
Outstanding run by Moore, Jay, and as you said, the legs kept churning, and we'll see it right up the gut here off tackle, and he just kept churning and driving those defensive players back.
Stanislawski and Gunderson, at least a couple of the key blocks delivered on the play for Park Center, so he'll gain a pretty good chunk of the penalty yardage back. Second down and 14 yards to go for Park Center. Fake to Gunderson, give to Moore. Moore breaks free. Moore into the secondary, and he's tripped up along the sideline.
Outstanding run again by Moore, Jay, as we'll see it here. Kind of an off tackle. He dips on the outside, and he was gone except for one shoestring tackle there by Skip Sheffield. Just an outstanding run by Moore. Acceleration in the open field.
You see, Blaine isn't the only team that has a very quick back in their backfield. First down, 10 yards to go. Maybe the last play of the first quarter here with time winding down. They'll stick with Moore, and this time he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Nice hit made there by number 68, Keith Wood.
We'll see it on the replay here, Jay. Another off tackle right side, but Blaine was ready with the defense. 3 defenders in position to make the tackle.
Actually, I believe that was Morano, 88 rather than 68 on the tackle. First quarter has come to an end, and it's 7-7 here. Blaine coming back with a touchdown after Park Center had scored early. 1 quarter in the books here from Tom Field. It's 7-7, Blaine and Park Center. And as we talked about during the first quarter, Kevin, taking advantage of turnovers will be important all year, and we already see it here in the first quarter of this one.
That's right, Jay, and with the excellent defenses both teams have and the explosive weapon in the names of Jerry Rytan and Earl Moore, both teams possess a running back. They've got to take advantage of these turnovers, and I think the quarterbacks have to be selective on the plays, and I don't know if the plays are coming in from the side or the quarterback's calling no, but they've got to Park Center in particular has been going to Moore quite a bit here in this last drive.
Second and long here, 2nd and 9 yards to go now for Park Center as the teams change ends as the second quarter begins. Daniels will keep it himself, and he's hit high and low on the play. Shapolsky in on the tackle that time.
Quarterback calling his own number is a tough one to call, Jay, but Daniels, I think, is recognizing somebody else has got to move the ball besides Moore, and nice run up the field for 5 yards.
Ball is on the 15-yard line.
So third down and about 5 to go here. Short 5 for Park Center. Give us to Moore, and he's stacked up. He's not going to have enough. Not nearly enough on the play. Nice job up the middle there for Blaine. Blake Nelson, among others, in on the tackle.
Good gang tackling there by Blaine, Jay, on that offensive set. It's 4th and a number of yards, and it's decision time for Park Center.
Looks like they will be sending in the field goal team. Chris Hopstead trotting out onto the field. They feel he's a pretty good kicker. He kicked for their team last year, and that's always a bonus when you can have a good kicker in high school football. It can make the difference in some games, and Hopstead will line it up for his first field goal attempt of the season. It'll be a 30-yard field goal. Well, no, it won't. It's a 5-yard penalty, delay a game here on Park Center, and that's not going to help, marching back 5 yards.
Unfortunate, Jay, there. As you mentioned, Hopstead's got a good leg, and I think he had a 30-yarder. Looked like a good opportunity. Now 5 yards makes it a whole other story.
10:35 to go in the second quarter, just underway in the period. Each team putting 1 touchdown on the board in the first, and score of 7-7. Hopstead's kick is low, and it's not nearly enough. Kick no good. Park Center missing the field goal opportunity, so Blaine will take over. First down and 10. As they get their first crack here of having the football in the second quarter. First and 10 from about the 21-yard line coming up for the Bengals. There's your score, 7-all.
Blaine's defense with a nice stop there, Jay, to turn the ball back over to their offensive team, and now we'll see what Blaine has got up their sleeves for some offensive sets here.
Now play apparently not ready to begin yet. Forpaul coming onto the field late for Park Center. He may have had an equipment problem. They're going to have to take a timeout. That's not what you want to see at this point if you're Mike Barnes and the Pirate staff.
Right, Jay, I think they will be charged with a timeout there with the late player coming on the field.
That's right, they don't wait. They don't wait if you only have 10, that's for sure, and we find that out there. And Park Center not wanting to risk giving up any big plays with only 10 on the field. I think it was a wise decision to call the timeout there.
Both teams, Jay, I think have really shown the first quarter here of really good programs. Teams, not a lot of penalties, certainly some key penalties, but game's been very well played. We've seen good blocking and excellent defense on both sides.
Yeah, that's the one thing that we haven't talked about probably enough here. We've talked a lot about Rytan and about Moore, but the holes are there, and that's a credit to the interior linemen on both of these teams. And they can't do it without their linemen, of course, and we're seeing that this evening. Now we're ready to go. First and 10 for the Bengals. Rytan in motion, and they'll give him the ball off the left side. Has some room. Tripped up at about the 26-yard line.
There we see it there, Jay. We had Rytan was in the slot and kind of a cross buck over the middle, and 5 yards is a good offensive play on first down, but yet the defense, I think, has to be happy to contain Rytan to a 5-yard gain.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Rytan again in motion. This time to give up the middle. Fullback Dubovich carrying the football. Or make that Jansen. No, it was Dubovich on the carry, 44. Blaine's number's a bit tough to see with the light blue on the white jersey. There you see making the tackle Sandbo along with number 58 Todd Gray for Park Center. Third and short now for Blaine. Third down, 2 yards to go. They'll go to their money man Rytan, and he's got the first down and more. Out over the 40-yard line.
Just great acceleration by Rytan in the open there, Jay. He got through that first seam on the defense, and he picked up a quick 8 or 9.
I'd heard a lot about him last year, had not seen him play, but he's everything as advertised here, looks like, in this first half of this game against a very good Park Center defense. So first and 10 here, Bengals on their own 41-yard line, 8:54 to go and counting, second quarter. Quick hitter to Dubovich up the middle, not much room, stacked up by the middle of that Pirate defense. He will pick up 2 yards on the play.
Park Center tough, I think, Jay, on the interior defense with those 2 linebackers, Zorn and Hafer, and the big guy, Forepaw, and I think it's going to have to be outside for Blaine tonight.
Give up the middle, first man through. Rytan on the carry. And again, not much room through the center of the defense. They're inching it forward a yard or 2 at a time here. And this will bring up third down and 4 yards to go for Blaine.
Here again, we had kind of a cross buck, Jay. Rytan faked away from the direction of the ball, and he went back across the grain, and picked up, as you said, 3 or 4 yards, but it's tough yards.
Big third down play for Blaine, and they'll drop the throw. Smith lofting it out in the flat for Rytan, a diving attempt, but he won't get there. Sandbo on the coverage, and the deep coverage that time provided by number 40, Scott Sandberg. Sandbo and Sandberg on the coverage.
Nice pass by quarterback Smith, Jay, but just a little bit beyond the receiver's hands. A tough pass to throw across the field.
Blaine has thrown the ball only a couple of times, and they went to Rytan. Now here's the kick. Punted away there by John Frank. Big hit delivered. But no fumble there. Berthium, a good job to hang on to it for Park Center and have a Blaine player down right before the catch. A massive collision. There you see they call the medical staff on in a hurry. Big gasp from the crowd there right before the catch.
Berthium showed a lot of character, Jay, on that punt, and a lot of times you'll see the fair catch go up, or you'll see letting the ball roll, but he took a crack at it. I'm sure he wants to get some action in there early in the season.
Berthium, one of the 3 involved in the quarterback battle, if you will. Not unlike the Vikings, I guess you'd have to say, although that one was, I think, is a little more clear cut here. Daniels apparently winning the job here early on in the season. Senior Rich Scherer has been in the ballgame as a defensive back, and he was the other of the 3 that were vying for position. And I talked to Mike Barnes before the year, and I kind of asked him, you know, quarterback's an important position, and what have you decided? And he said, well, we feel that no matter who plays, we're going to be able to move the football. We don't feel that's the be-all, end-all position, and that either one of the quarterbacks that they have in there will be able to do the job.
That's right, Jay. And again, it shows the depth of the program. They have, you know, 2 and even 3 kids you can call on and play at the quarterback position. And Park Center runs about as close as you can get to a pro set offense. And they run a lot of variations. They run some passing plays, but they run a lot of formations. And they run the ball in various directions off that formation.
You see the injured player is Shapolsky for Blaine. Looks like he may have got the wind knocked out of him, because he does bounce up and trot off the field under his own power, and he, from the looks of this picture here, will be back. He took a good wallop there. So first down and 10 yards to go for the Park Center Pirates. Football on their own 22-yard line. 7-all tie. Daniels dropping to throw. He has 3 receivers in the pattern, but he's not going to be able to get away. He's sacked.
Daniels tackled by number 89, Blake Nelson.
we see the drop back, Jay. Daniel stepping up, and Blaine just excellent defense on the pass.
I believe it was Blake Nelson. That was really a deep route. They had 3 receivers out deep and a kind of a long developing play, and it's one that you have to count on an offensive lineman, and that time Nelson was able to break free just a bit. So a sack on the play. Didn't lose too many yards on the play. Now Daniels rolling out. Daniels going deep for Joe Barry, and just a bit overthrown into the Park Center bench. Good coverage provided out there for Blaine by Dan Jablonic.
Excellent coverage, Jay, by Jablonic. He was between the offensive receiver and the ball, and he just kept angling him away from the ball and towards the sideline and angled him right out of bounds.
Very good coverage. He was beaten early in the game, and I think he's recovered from that now. After the Park Center early running plays, he probably was inching up just a little bit, and now he knows that the Pirates will be throwing the football some this evening. Mike Barnes was telling me that they like to throw the ball about 20 times a game, which is quite often. Daniels rolling out. Now he's going to tuck it under. Makes a nice move, gets a block, but picks up some yardage. Let's see. He'll be short of the first down, but by about 2 or about 3 yards.
Nice run by Daniels there, Jay, but just not enough for the first down. A rollout looked like a runner pass option. No receiver, so he, as you said, he tucked it under and he went got about 7 or 8.
The play by Daniels, good for 8 yards.
Daniels a good athlete, a good basketball player as well for Park Center, and he's a pretty big kid for a quarterback, 6'4", 175. But Opstead will have to come in to punt here in their own territory. No way Park Center is going to risk going for it here. They need about 2 or 3 yards. Actually, maybe more like 4. Penalty flags fly before the snap. Somebody moved on the line. Illegal procedure against Park Center. Mitchell spotted it right away.
Blaine should have some excellent field position here, Jay, after the punt. They've got their 2 top backs back waiting for the punt, and Rytan and Steve Arzorf, and they should get the ball in excellent position.
This time a good snap to Opstead, and he gets away a kick. Nice kick. Rytan will field it at his 37. Makes a cut. Rytan going for the far sideline. He's got some room. Rytan may go. 1 man to beat. Opstead dives for him, and it's a touchdown. Jerry Rytan. 63 yards on the return.
Just an outstanding use of your blockers by Rytan there, Jay, and he followed his blockers. He picked up on his key blocks, made a couple nice cuts, and he just had to take the kicker at the end. But just an outstanding display of open field running there by Jerry Rytan. And again, excellent blocking on the punt return by Blaine. That's excellent coaching by Blaine to set up that wall, and Rytan picked his key blocks, and away he went.
Only person who ended up having a chance was Opstead, and he got a piece of him, but it wasn't enough. And it's been the Jerry Rytan show offensively here for Blaine, and the Bengals take the lead with that 63-yard punt return for a score. Now 13-7. We'll see how the blocks develop here.
We'll see a couple key blocks here right away, Jay. There's a good block. There's another good block. Right there, he saw the opening, and it was off to the races.
I think the returning team's job really is to get him through that first 10 yards, and then it's kind of get as much as you can from there, block whoever's around you, and that's what Blaine did, and Rytan was able to score easily on the play.
You saw there from the shot on the replay there, Jay, when Rytan crossed midfield and he got by that first wave of defenders with those key blocks, he was off to the races. Only a couple people between him and the goal line.
On to attempt extra point is Locken, and his kick is up there, and it's through. 14-7. Blaine takes their first lead of the game.
Blaine showing some good defense there, Jay, stopping Park Center deep in their own end and getting an excellent position for a punt return, and Rytan with the talent he has really making the most of the effort.
hasn't exactly been the long time-consuming drives for Blaine here. They had the first touchdown was on the first play of a drive, and then this one on a punt return. So in times of possession, obviously Park Center way ahead, but that really doesn't matter. The scoreboard tells all. And Blaine now leading it by a touchdown.
Blaine 14, Park Center 7.
Park Center, I think, Jay, when they get the ball back, has to mix it up. The last series, they threw, well, 2 passes and then the rollout runner pass. And the prior series, it was strictly the ball going to Earl Moore. And Park Center, I think, is going to mix it up a little bit more and look for the shorter passes. The passes they've typically thrown are long passes.
Lockett tees it up from the 40-yard line here. Moore and Cole again are deep for Park Center. Kick will come to Cole this time on the left side, slips a bit. Out to the 25, 30-yard line, runs into a blocker out over the 35. And Cole will put Park Center in pretty good field position here on their own 35 to begin this drive. We have 5:53 to go in the first half.
That's good field position, Jay, for Park Center. And if you can get the ball, spot the ball at the 35, that's what you want for an offensive team.
Park Center has shown an ability to move the football tonight, and they did have the one drive where they scored, but the last drive was a key one, or the one before the last one actually, when they had the ball down on 3rd down and were stopped deep in Blaine's end of the field. Here's a give to Moore. He's hit in the backfield, spins off of it, and finally dragged down by a couple of Blaine defenders. Boy, Moore is not being brought down by the first man very often. In on the tackle that time for Blaine, number 50, Jason Lockett from the linebacker spot.
See the leg drive there on Moore, Jay, but again, there was about 3 Blaine defenders there, just one right after another to pull him down.
Moore did only pick up a couple on the play. 2nd down, 7 yards to go now for Park Center. Daniels giving to Moore. Hit on the tackle that time by Hillman.
On the tackle.
Moore seems to be a little more at ease, Jay, on these quick hitters. You know, if there's a hole there, he can find it, as we'll see there, and he picked up about 3 yards there again.
3rd down and 4 yards to go now for the Pirates.
Ball's on Blaine 42.
Key 3rd down here, Jay, I think, for Park Center, needing to keep the drive going as we get near the end of the first half.
And the snap is fumbled by Daniels. Let's see who's got it. A big scramble for it. Park Center did recover, but they do waste an opportunity to pick up the 1st down, and they will end up having to kick here. There you see, squirted away. Daniels got it quickly. Nice replay there, but Daniels, well, relieved that he got the fumble back, disappointed that they won't get a chance to pick up the yardage.
Now we've got Blaine again back, Jay, ready for the punt, and of course Jerry Rytan's back there along with Arsdorf. We'll see what happens.
Opstead, a high end-over-end kick, and they're going to let it bounce. Bounces sideways and will go out of bounds at the 27-yard line. So a good kick for Opstead. Keeps it away from Rytan, who was probably a little worn out from running the last time anyway. And Blaine will have the football, 1st down and 10 on their own 27. The momentum is kind of swung over to the Blaine side right now after Park Center started out so strong.
That's right, Jay. Park Center had first touchdown. They had momentum going for 2nd. And Blaine's defense, and they've certainly had some big plays, as you pointed out, 2 by Jerry Rytan.
Blaine running out of that wing T offense. Rytan in motion, and he'll get the carry left side. Nice block, Rytan. Oh, one block away from getting further that time. Nice tackle made by 40 Sandberg along with Hafer.
Saw Rytan there, as you pointed out, Jay, lining up in a wing formation, came across the line, was handed the ball, and on the open 1 or 2 guys, he would have been another big gain.
He hits the hole so quick. He's on his first step. He seems to be in top speed already, and that's what you need in a good running back, and Rytan certainly is that. Give up the middle, spinning on the play. Jansen on the carry, I believe, for Blaine that time. Pick up short yards. No, actually it was
excellent D there by Park Center, Jay. We need to see Park Center have some stops here. You can probably bet that Rytan may see the ball in this third down situation.
3rd and 4 from their own 35 for Blaine. 2:40 to go. First half of play. Bengals holding on to a 7-point lead. Smith, a quick drop in the throw over the middle. Pass is complete. Couple of nice moves, and breaking free in the secondary is Chad Weeks. Weeks is gone. A touchdown.
Excellent.
65 yards.
Excellent call and pass by Aaron Smith. Jay, call a quick look-in pass to Chad Weeks, playing out in the split formation. Found the seam on the defense and broke a couple tackles and off to the races. Just an excellent call by Blaine, Jay. I think everybody was looking for Rytan. Certainly I was. And quick pass for the middle. Wide open, he just broke it.
I think Park Center, the coaching staff on that one, probably matter that the missed tackles than anything on that play, though. It was bad enough that the pass was completed for a first down, but they really should have been able to wrap Weeks up there and weren't able to do it.
There were a couple of times there, as you pointed out, Jay, and we'll see it on the replay here. Weeks just broke a couple of tackles. Excellent strike pass. There's a missed tackle, another missed tackle, and we're off to the races.
Sandbo a last dive, and he didn't get him either.
I think it shows there too, Jay, on the replay. We saw tackling at the waist and above. When you're a defender and it looks as though Weeks, and he is 6'3", is a bigger player, you've got to hit that guy from the waist down and
kick is up there, and it's no good. Wide right on the kick for Lockinen, so the extra point no good, and that'll leave the score at Blaine 20 and Park Center 7. But the Park Center side of the field has gone silent now here after the Pirates came out so hot. They find themselves down.
I think Blaine has to be real happy here, Jay. Really going 20-0 since that opening score by Park Center, and both defense and offense has really, I think, excelled for Blaine.
Lockinen will tee it up here. That's got to make the old stats look good for Smith. I think he's thrown only 3 passes on the night, and he's got a ton of yardage with that one. Lockinen will kick it away. Cole and Moore again are deep. And he'll squib it on the bounce. Heavy hit delivered there. I think it was carried or grabbed there by number 84, Eric Heineke, on the play.
Here again, Jay, Park Center has a nice field possession, ball near the 40-yard line, and that's where you like to have the ball to start your offensive possession.
May look for more to get the football a little bit here. They had some success early on with Earl Moore. He's had a big evening so far for the Pirates. 1st and 10 from the 41. Daniels rolling out, and he's hit as he tries to make the pass.
Pass intended for Heineke, incomplete.
Defensively there for Blaine is Chris Morano, number 88.
Excellent pass rush there by Morano, Jay, and Blaine, I think, is starting to smell that rollout runner pass call by Daniels, and they're coming hard, at least with the 3 down linemen on defense. They're really coming hard and really forcing the ball to go out quick.
2nd down and 10 now for the Pirates. Give is to Moore. Moore bouncing off a tackle is out to the 45-yard line.
Tackle by Lockinen, number 15.
You see on that play there, Jay, Moore with a quick hitter up the middle. Defense is right around him.
Daniels rolling out once again, going deep with it, looking for Bari, bumping a little bit, and there's the flag. late at the end of the play. Again, it was Jablonic out there with Joe Barry. And I'm sure it'll go against the defense here on this situation.
We'll see on the play there, Jay, a pass was underthrown as Daniels rolls out here, which forces the receiver to come back, and that's where there might have been a little contact, and I'll say a little contact. You could let that one go either way, or no call might have been the call there.
And I thought he wasn't going to call it. You're right, it was really more the receiver coming back for the ball and the defender running into him at worst there for Blaine. But in any case, the pass interference call is made, and we have timeout taken now by the Bengals. Or do we? No, it'll be first down from the 40-yard line. No, they didn't take timeout. They're just resetting the football here. A minute 35 to go for Park Center. So they've got enough time here, but they will need to be quick coming out of the huddle. Daniels dropping back, slips a bit now, steps up into the pocket, launches it deep for more, and it's just overthrown. Pretty good coverage out there, though, for Blaine. Steve Arsdorf out there.
Excellent rush, too, by Blaine, Jay, putting some pressure on Daniels, and with a minute and a half left, it looks like Blaine is looking for pass, and that's exactly what Park Center is going to be calling here.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be enough time to grind it out on the ground here, even though they are in good position at the 40-yard line. So second down, 10 yards to go for Park Center. Daniels getting a chance to show his arm early as they put the ball up plenty here in the first half. They'll give to his fullback, Gunderson.
Excellent defense there by Blaine, Jay. Blaine in a 5-man front, shifting from a 4-man front. Really, I think causing a little confusion on Park Center's offensive front.
They'll go without a huddle here, third down and 10. No yardage gain on the last play. Daniels rolling out, looking for Heineke, and just off the edge of his fingertips there. Out of bounds it goes, and this will bring up fourth down now for the Pirates. And this is a bit of a decision time here. Looks like they are going to go with the punter, Opstead. Here's a look.
See a little rollout pass, Jay, and just a pass a little beyond the receiver. I think Blaine has switched up their defense a little bit, and really, I think you're starting to see a little confusion on Park Center's part. They're not getting the passes are coming in there, and the runs are being stopped as they were not in the first quarter.
So Opstead will punt here on 4th and 10. Fields the low snap, and he's trying to punch it over for a sideline. Going to bounce over toward the middle of the field, down inside the 15-yard line. So nice kick there for Opstead down on the 13-yard line. And Blaine will have the football first down and 10, deep in their own end of the field with 54 seconds to go in the first half. Now, if you're Blaine here, you're up by 13, Kevin. Do you save the football or do you go for more?
I think you run the plays that got you that 20-point lead, a 20-7 lead, Jay. I think they're going to give the ball to obviously the Rytan, but they might mix it up and give some of the other players a little work here. But we will see a timeout here by Blaine. I think that's exactly what they're probably going to talk about. What type of offense are they going to run? Do we pass? I would say probably not a pass. More than likely running the ball.
Most of their scoring plays or their big plays haven't been really high-risk plays anyway, so if they stick with what they've got the lead with, whether they gain yardage or not, there's nothing lost either way if they don't pick up a lot.
And Blaine has to be real happy. They're up 27, Jay, and I think they're going to want to take that lead into the locker room at the half and maybe think about what got them this lead and just keep working on the good defense and the big play offense.
Park Center, the wanted defense, have performed well at times, but they've also given up a couple of big plays for touchdowns.
Rich is the only one back, yeah. Rytan in motion, downside, and
quick give out there to Jerry Rytan.
Yeah.
Rytan, again, Jay, lining up in the various positions on the offense, and they're just working at getting the ball to him and letting his natural talent come forward.
He'll lose a yard or two on the play. Blaine in no hurry here, of course, with the clock running. 28 seconds to go in the first half. Give up the middle to Dubovich. Brought down by Paul, among others, for Park Center, and 7 seconds to go, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Clock winding down. And that's the end of half number 1 of game number 1 here for the Park Center Pirates.
Park Center 17.
And our score at halftime, the Blaine Bengals leading it by a score of 20-7. Quick scoring recap for you here. It was Earl Moore on a 2-yard run with 8:42 left in the first quarter, giving Park Center a lead, with Opsted's kick good for the extra point, made it 7-0. And then with 2:05 left to go in the quarter, it was Jerry Rytan breaking free for a 38-yard run, locking it out of the extra point. It was 7-all. Then with 5:59 to go in the second quarter, Rytan taking a punt on his own 37, went 63 yards for the touchdown, and it made it 14-7 with Lockinen's extra point. And then Blaine made it 20-7, which is the halftime score. 2:25 left in the second quarter. The 65-yard pass from Smith to Weeks on a third down play. The extra point was no good, but Blaine has to feel very good about coming into this half with the 20-7 lead. A couple of very good teams going at it here to start this season. Halftime entertainment coming up here. The Park Center Pirouettes putting on a show for the fans here at Park Center, and let's watch that.
The Park Center Pirouettes dancing to House Plan.
There you get a look at the Park Center pirouettes. We are at halftime. The Blaine Bengals leading it by a score of 20-7. The season opener for Park Center and Blaine.
I'm a real wild one, wild one.
From the McGruff files, the case of the Tucson tip-off. In the Midtown area of Tucson, Arizona, things were no doggone good. Burglaries were up, spirits were down, and folks were fed up. So they worked with police to get their neighborhood back. They organized community watch groups. In just 3 weeks, burglaries were down 30%. The people of Tucson are making a difference, and you can too. Write this down and I'll show you how you can help take a bite out of crime.